musicians, and we have a really special opportunity this evening to hear a first-timer, so we know that the no heckle light is on for this performance. But we have a comedian here with us tonight, so please welcome Mary.
My name is Mary. I grew up in a junkyard in the area. Anybody familiar with Springfield, Franconia area? All right, my dad had a junkyard there for about 60 years. So a lot of my stuff comes from growing up in the junkyard. But since you guys are singers, and I apologize in advance because you're gonna hear it tomorrow morning in your head. Who knows that Toys R Us closed? Okay. I woke up one morning and I didn't want to go to work, and all of a sudden the Toys R Us kid came to my head and I rewrote the words. It is, and I can't sing, so I will speak it in a way. I don't want to get up, I'm a sleep all day kid. There's lots and lots and lots of covers I can lay with. I don't want to get up because baby, if I did, I'd have to be a go to work kid. So that's my rendition of the Toys R Us kids. If you hear it in the morning, I'm sorry. Anyhow, there's perks of growing up in a junkyard. When you're 14 years old and you're a girl, what do you think about? Boys. We had a perfect picture window that overlooked the whole junkyard. I just sat there and waited for them to show up. Mom will be back in a minute, a cute one just showed up looking for a Dodge. They didn't like you so much because you knew about cars. I was on a date when I was 20-something, and the guy had a Chevy Nova, nice car to have now. We're going down the road and he says, how you like the car? I said, it's great, but I think you need new brakes. He says, no. I already had them put on last week. And I said, I'm telling you, you need new brakes, you're gonna ruin your rotors. Date went on, he said, you're wrong. The next date, we're going down the road, and he says, I gotta thank you. He said, I went and got my car checked. I needed new brakes. You saved me from rotors. I said, okay. So he gets out of the car, he walks around to the front of the car, and he stares at me, and he puts his hands on the hood, and he pushes it up and down. And I said, what the heck is wrong with this guy? He said, comes over, he opens the door, and I said, well, why did you do that? He says, well, I wanted you to tell me if I need new shocks. Bad, right? And then you have the times when your dad takes you to Loisdale Dump. Anybody know where Loisdale Dump was and maybe still is? He knew when the top level was going to be the garbage from Springfield Mall. Now we recycle, we have everything you're supposed to have. Then at the mall you go, new dresses size 2, right on the top, and there's TVs, stereos, and everything. He would take us out there, we're like little scavengers. Kids, go find what you can find. We went there and he found 30 single gallon containers of frozen raspberries. I'm 9, what did I know? Kids, let's put them in the car, we're gonna go home before they thaw. All right, we put them in the car, we went home. Every night we had frozen raspberries and ice cream from the dump. True story. Fast forward, I'm in my 20s, I have a 5-year-old son that my mom babysat. They invited me to dinner. Dessert comes out. Ice cream and raspberries. I drain my face, I look at my child, I said, what's going on? Are these the same raspberries from when I was 9? Yes. My son says, Mom, it's good. I've been eating them for years for dessert and lunch every day. I was mortified. But that's the perks in growing up in the junkyard. And we were encouraged to look at the neighbor's trash. Most of the stuff was stuff that everybody threw away, which is we were the original recyclers. However, the neighbor kids' parents didn't think the same thing. So we were at Rose Hill Shopping Center, and we went and looked at the dumpster, me and my best friend. I held her feet, we're like 11. She's dipping down into the dumpster, and she's pulling out curling irons, and she's pulling out hair dryers and makeup things, and I'm so excited, she's so excited. She goes home. What does her mother do? You got what? Mary held your feet while you hung in what? This has been in where? Take that to the garbage. I go parents say? Is there more? Do we need to go back? We'll take a ladder. We'll help you dive into there to get the rest of it. So that's what my parents would do all the time. So we were encouraged. So what happens as an adult? I go past the trash and I go, oh, I don't need that. I wonder if somebody else needs that. And you really try hard to go past it.
Dumpster diver.
Dumpster diver.
Proud of it.
Look for me in your neighborhood. I apologize in advance, but couches and trash, and I recycle everything. So then I have my crazy grandmother. She, where's the kid's not in here? She had the biggest bazongas you've ever seen that hang down here, and she would flip them up in her shirt, and that's how she would walk around. And when we went to Kmart, when we had Kmart, she would say, I'd say, Mom, is Grandma buying anything today? Yes, I'll be in the car. You wanna know why I was in the car? My grandmother thought everybody was trying to steal her money. So she wouldn't carry a purse with cash in it, just had her handkerchiefs. She had a men's sock down between her boobs, so when you were standing there, she would pay and out would come this sock. She could have $1 million in here and you wouldn't know that she had $1 million because, and you were just mortified as a 10-year-old that your grandmother was gonna buy stuff. So anyhow, that's that one part. How much time do I have left? Okay. So I will tell you a few of my travel ones that were on my list that I didn't know if I was going to offend since the little one is not in here. My son and I used to take a lot of trips together. He's now 34, but in his 20s we went to Australia. And everybody familiar with the Sky Mall magazine?
Oh, yeah.
They have all these crazy things and we're trying to entertain ourselves on a 14-hour flight. What are you gonna do? So I find the one that has the reflexology on it, where here is your vocal cords, here's your feet, there's your esophagus, and I looked and it said, this was my stomach. So I looked at it, and I looked at my son and I said, don't eat, don't eat, don't eat, don't eat. You guys don't get it? It's reflexology. That one was not good about a big one. All right, so my son says to me, he says, Mama, you must be on crack. What do you say to your kid when they say you must be on crack? I said, actually I am, and he stopped and he says, are you serious? Are you on crack? And I said, yeah, every time I sit down I learn a whole lot of crack. Okay. So when we got to Australia, he says, Mom, what do you want me to put on the doorknob to let you know that I bought a girl back from the club? I said, I don't know. What do you want me to put on the doorknob if I bring back a dude? He doesn't want me to do it, so he decided that was enough. And then he walks by my luggage the next day and he says, Mom, you wear granny panties. No, that's what my grandmother wore. And he's, nope, they're not thongs, they're granny panties. I said, well, okay, I'll make you a deal. I will wear thongs from now on if you come over every night with a pair of salad tongs and dig them out of my behind. He decided he doesn't care what I'm going to wear.
You never have those again.
Never had thongs, right. I spent half my life trying to keep them out of here. I don't want to put them directly in there. So when we got home from the trip to Australia, and we're at the baggage claim, and somebody's luggage had exploded all over everything. And me being the loud person that I am, I'm pointing and laughing, I'm pointing and laughing, I'm pointing and laughing, that somebody's luggage had exploded. I mean, I'm making a spectacle of myself. And my son looks over to me and says, Mom, those look like your granny panties. And it was. It was my luggage. I now am a proud owner of a $500 piece of luggage. Anyhow, that's it. I won't keep you guys anymore, but thank you.